Hello everybody and welcome back to World of Warships Legends. My name is Spartan Elite 43 and tonight we are back in New York. So, for those of you guys wondering, we're back in the New York for one reason. We've showcased a couple of like tier 4 premium battle cruisers recently, and I wanted to showcase like the opposite end. Like the standard battleship doesn't get much more standard than a good old-fashioned New York. So, without further ado, let's look at our commander. We're running just William Sims with Paolo DeRevel, Andrew Cunningham. Straight up free-to-play build, nothing special about it. Flammable Cannoneer, gyrating drill bits, marksmanship, reaching out XXL, and fight fire with fire. And of course, we are running, well, we've got the AA guns on there because why not? You're going to be stuck up against carriers every time anyway, so might as well. Right? So, with all of that being said, let's get to the gameplay. Alrighty, so we're going to be on Tears of the Desert. And I'll be real honest with you guys. I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do today for Memorial Day. And I was kind of like bouncing back and forth because like I wanted to do a video for Tier 4 because we've been doing some Tier 4 videos recently. And after doing the Tier 4 Premium Battle Cruisers, I wanted to showcase just a good old-fashioned standard battleship. So at first I was like, Texas or New York, right? Those were the two that came to mind. They are just standard battleships, like straight up dreadnoughts. What else do you want, right? Like it is as standard of a battleship as you can get. Hard-hitting guns, decent armor, slow as crap. It is the exact opposite of your battle cruisers, right? So, yeah, we were bouncing back and forth between the Texas and the New York, and we were having some okay games, but nothing that really stood out as a fun game for you guys till this one. And so hopefully you guys are ready, because this one's going to be interesting for reasons. But first thing you're going to notice is the matchmaking isn't as bad as it seems right on the face value. Yes, we're bottom tier, but all of the battleships in this lobby are tier 4. So we're not up against like tier 5 Californias and Warships and all that stuff, which I have no problem going up against. I've done it many a times. I showcase that these tier 4s are just as capable as tier 5s if given the opportunity. Obviously, you've got to be a little bit more careful because tier 4s get overmatched by tier 5s. So you got to be careful. Of course, tier 4s get overmatched by tier 4s as well, so you got to learn to use those armor belts. Now, right out the gate, you're going to see something pretty annoying right out the gate. Right side of the match. Battleship spawns over there, runs away from that side immediately, despite having a cruiser and a destroyer and a carrier on that flank that could potentially help him do things. He runs away. He's going to come all the way across to this side of the map and then sail all the way to the border, completely broadside the entire time, never once changing what he's doing. And this is par for the course. You'd expect it at lower tiers, right? Like, we're tier 4. I don't expect stupid good plays, right? Like, I just expect people to be relatively incompetent in general. And that goes for both teams, though, right? You're going to just see broadside Bettys as far as the eye can see. And as much as I hate to admit it, unfortunately, it's just the way it is. Like, you know it's coming. So I'm just, like, waiting for our team to spot. Unfortunately, their destroyer drops a smokescreen for their team. Their destroyer is also in the cap already. And you can see that our destroyer is running straight into an enemy ship right out the gate over on the right flank. And I finally get a chance to shoot here. We're going to go for Texas. We're going to just try to get as many shells on target as possible. We see the New York is on his way as well. So basically, everybody in the lobby is coming to Alpha, right? Like, the entire lobby is coming to Alpha with the exception of one cruiser on the right flank, one destroyer on the right flank. Everybody else is on Alpha. Now, I got to give credit where credit is due for the carrier. The carrier is at least paying attention to the right side of the map. Instead of bringing all of his ships or all of his planes over to the left and fighting everything, where we have our entire team to fight everything, he is at least trying to support the weak side. Whether he means to or not is a whole other story, but that's what he's doing. So, credit where credit is due, our carrier is doing the right thing. Now, we are going to get just pure and utter sadness for the first half of this match when it comes to dispersion and grouping. Again, it's tier 4. And despite having like maxed out commanders and all that stuff, it's still tier 4. These ships are not known for their amazing accuracy. But that's what separates the battle cruisers from the battleships. In general, it's accuracy. Now, the one thing that we got going for us is that's also better than the battle cruisers is simple. Our shells pin things. We don't need to build into extra penetration. We don't have to do any of that, right? So if I hit something, it's going to feel it. And we're going to showcase a lot of that in this match whenever Dispersion stops screwing around. Now you can see I was pushing out to the left, running out of border. So I swing back around towards the right. Also, my Peter Veliki, which was the battleship on the right flank, is coming across. Now, again, credit where credit is due. Between the cruiser on the right, the carrier, and the destroyer, they did manage to get rid of the destroyer on the right flank. So that's huge. That is a big W for our team. All right? So all of these things come into handy. And this is where having the mini-map and knowing what you're looking at, where you're situating, and where you can best be suited to do the most damage for your team. And I don't mean damage in terms of just raw damage. Sometimes that's the case. But, I mean, when you're trying to win the match, right? You're trying to keep yourself in position to do as much as possible for as long as possible. And that's where a lot of people struggle in battleships in general, is positioning. Not understanding where crossfires are, not understanding what the enemy is doing or what they're trying to get you to do. And that one didn't look that bad, but unfortunately we still only hit 3 shells. But notice where the destroyer's at, right? He captured the Alpha Cap and he's doubling back. Why would he do that? It's simple. He's going to try to torpedo me. We already know this, right? You can see him coming directly for me on the map, right? This is something that a lot of people would overlook. Now, we know we overmatched Texas, so we're going to aim low here. Just try to get as many shells through the bow as possible. And again, RNG is not kind, but at least that time we got some good pins, and we were able to do a little bit of damage through the bow. Now, as the Dallas is starting to push back in, the cruiser, the Gokusei, is starting to come back. These are prolific, high DPM cruisers that we have to try to get rid of if we get a chance. Now, here you can see those torps are looking pretty good, honestly. And so I was pretty certain he was dead, and thankfully we didn't even get loaded in time, so I didn't have to even try to shoot the guy. But now that we are loaded, we've got a broadside New York here. We're going to aim high. Again, just trying to get as many shells on target as possible. Probably should have shot at the Dallas here, but I thought, it's probably fine. The Dallas isn't really a threat to me at the moment. Unfortunately, he is a threat to my cruiser friend over here, who just hasn't figured out he's allowed to dodge yet. Remember, those light cruisers are extremely, like, floaty shells, right? So when you get in a situation like this, it's kind of frustrating to watch people that should be able to dodge, not dodge anything at all. They don't even try. You can see we get set on fire here. The Tiger's coming around. He's flat broadside. We take a shot at him. Currently have $37,000 or 37,000 damage in the bank, and we get a good hit there, bringing us up to a 46. So just about 9,000 hit points worth of damage there. Now, I didn't want to damage con immediately because we know the destroyer's here, and so I'm starting my turn out and away, and you can see Nicholas does get spotted. Now, I want you guys to pay attention to the cruiser on the right flank. The cruiser's running away from his side because there's a Pensacola there, and he wants to come back and try to help get rid of the destroyer. Whether or not that was his plan from the get-go, I don't know, but as you can see, easy dodge of torpedoes because we knew the destroyer was there from the get-go, right? Now here, the Pensacola is the threat for me, right? Like, Pensacola's got my broadside. Pensacola has a good chance to be a problem for my cruiser. My cruiser's doing his job and actually helping get rid of the destroyer, so we're going to go ahead and try to get rid of the Pensacola. Now here, I thought this Pensacola was dead on the first shot, but unfortunately he survives for the moment, and he's going to continue to be a problem for a little bit. But as you can see, their destroyer goes down. They have now lost all of their destroyers, and it's going to take a pretty decent effort, though, for our team to bring this one back. Now, we still have our carrier. As long as I can help keep our team in a good way, I think we'll be fine. Now, as I'm pushing back towards the right, I'm keeping my eye on all of these guys on the far left, right? Like, all these guys have been absolutely begging for it. They've gotten complacent, and Gokusei is a prime example of that. And of course, in true Spartan fashion, we got to leave him with just enough to continue being a problem. But we took all of his health, right? He's got about 5,000 hit points left. The Pensacola is shooting us. Unfortunately, our Leander gets himself killed, but hopefully between my cruiser and I, we can get rid of this Gokusei. And you can see cruiser is starting to shoot his guns. He doesn't manage to hit him, and Gokusei actually does a decent job here of juking left and then right, so my shells are going to end up missing as well, unfortunately. And you can see they splashed on both sides of his ship, can't hit the thing in the middle. But it was, again, he at least dodged, so I can't be mad at somebody for dodging. as much as I would love to have finished that guy off. Again, not a great shot by me, and unfortunately, Gokusei burns our Galicine to the ground, or however you say that. But Pensacola gets way too complacent here. You're a top-tier cruiser, and you're just going to sit broadside like this is a no bueno. And unfortunately for him, he wasn't paying attention quick enough, and he gets his butt whooped. So we're able to get rid of him. That's huge because that's a lot of damage that I don't have to take. Now, the carrier is on top of me, which is not ideal. Again, we do run the AA module in here, so we have a little bit better AA. And we're in an American battleship, but it's Tier 4 American battleship versus Tier 5 carrier. That's not generally a battle you're going to win. But New York is coming towards me. I want to go ahead and try to help my destroyer out as much as I can. So I'm going to go ahead and put a shot on target here. Now, as soon as I do that, Dallas gets spotted. Unfortunate, but it is a thing. And we do get a good hit on the New York and brings us up to our high caliber. 87,000 damage in the bank. And we still have a pretty massive task in order to try to pull this one off. Now, our carrier's still alive. Still can be useful. I get double fired on the first shot, so I go ahead and put that out. And we're behind the island where we're not spotted. And it's going to take a pretty good effort to bring this one back, but it's not impossible. I've already been putting myself in a position to help shoot things, and these cruisers are coming to me, which is never something you want to do in a cruiser, right? And Dallas, I mean, he screws the pooch here too. Just like the Pensacola before him, he underestimates the battleship against him, and he gets absolutely yeeted, getting us our depth strike, taking us up to over 100,000 damage. But unfortunately, of course, in my luck, manages to get a double fire in the process. Now here, I end up turning in just a little too soon, end up taking a torpedo, and the torpedo knocks out my engine. That's so unfortunate. Because as I'm trying to close the distance here, you can see Gokusei doubles back after figuring out that he probably doesn't want to go up against me. I'm trying to dodge. You can see torpedoes coming from Gokusei, I think, as well. Not ideal. But our destroyer's getting in a gunfight. After he killed the New York, he's getting in a gunfight, and thankfully their carrier just misses me with torpedoes. But our destroyer's getting in a gunfight with the Gokusei. Again, we left the Gokusei with less than 5,000 hit points, so all this guy has to do is hit him a few times and he kills him. And he does manage to do so. Takes him a little while, he loses a little bit of his hit points, and he's very low health. But watch what he does now. He's going to get in and he's going to tell me, somebody's going to tell me, to get into the capture the base. First of all, 4 minutes left in the match. Capturing the base is not going to be what wins us this match. Second of all, I can't make it to the base in the time that's left. Not only did I have an engine knocked out, which I was not going to DC because there's still a carrier out there and I need to be able to survive potentially fires or floods or whatever. So you can see, fortunately, our destroyer gets the Ryujo spotted. But we're going to go ahead and try to take that. I'm going to try to dodge as much as I can from the Ryujo's bombers. And, of course, I mean, coming off of having an engine busted and not having any way to speed up quickly, I'm just a big target. And he does slap me for 5,000 damage at least and manages to set a double fire. But, again, we had the DC ready, so we go ahead and take that. And we get a very good result out of the shot as well, being able to hit him. Get 4 full pins and a citadel through the bow of that Ryujo, which is huge, bringing us up to 123,000 damage. Now, what happens next can only be described as just a big old palm slapping, forehead slapping sort of moment. Ryujo has decided that, yeah, he needs to start moving now, which it's far too late for that. You can see our carrier's dropping him. I've hit him for half his health, and now I'm going to get a full salvo away at this man. And our destroyer is going to try to torpedo him rather than just shoot him here. Now watch how much health I leave this guy with. He's got nothing left, right? Like, he literally the smallest sliver. And our destroyer is still not launched yet. But now he's launching his torpedoes as I do. Just fire your guns, brother. Those torps are not necessary. Just fire your guns. Just end his existence. And sure enough, he fires his guns, finishes him off. And it was an old hotnik that whole time. So go figure. But, I mean, this was a fun match. I thought you guys would enjoy it. 132,000 damage, more medals than the North Korean general, 3,300 base XP, and a New York. Tier 4. Not too bad. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. If you like what I'm doing, punch the like button, leave a comment below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and as always, I will see you in the next video. Hopefully you guys enjoy your Memorial Day, and don't forget why we celebrate Memorial Day. So thank you guys. Have a great rest of your day.